Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Backstore Boxing. Now, man, we're going to talk about the Bronze Bomber, man. We're going to talk about how Deontay Wilder can destroy Luis King Kong Ortiz, man. Now, in boxing, man, everyone post Mayweather is in love with beautiful technique, flawless technique, straight rights, defense, ring coverage, boxing IQ, good movement, fundamentalness about your style. You can describe someone's style like, okay, that guy's a boxer puncher, that guy's an inside fighter, this guy's a power puncher. But when you look at Deontay Wilder, man, there's something about him that's so raw. It's raw and it's unpredictable. A lot of people think it's sloppy. A lot of people say he swings wildly. A lot of people say he's just not that good. Like when you see him throw punches, it looks like anyone can throw punches like that, But Deontay Wilder, man, I understand that, but at the same time I don't. Right? The reason why I think that way is because Deontay Wilder he's a savage, man. He's a savage. When I think about Deontay Wilder, I think untamed. I think a lion chasing a gazelle. When you think of nature and you think of something hunting something, there's nothing beautiful about that, man. That's straight predator hunting his prey. The hunter will chase the prey down, fall, stumble, and it will keep going to the prey until ultimately it gets the prey by the neck. That's Deontay Wilder, man. He's wild, he's sloppy, but man, when he gets that prey, it's shocking. It's shocking. Think of Alter Spilka. Deontay Wilder was looking not that great in that fight, but he kept on coming until he finally stopped Spilka with a devastating overhand right. So, man, people need to stop this whole idea of fundamentally sound and technically sound and, defense and all that stuff, because you can't apply that to, there's no such thing as an absolute in boxing, or period, really. There's very few absolutes, You can't say all, because Deontay Wilder is obviously an exception to that rule. His straight right and his power in general is just shocking, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. So, sometimes life isn't fair. And when you have a guy like Deontay Wilder, when you look at his technique, you look at his style, and you look at Ortiz, and you look at how fundamentally sound Ortiz is, and his boxing pedigree, and him being Cuban, and so poised in the ring, no fear. I mean, the guy's a hunter like himself. He's a hunter like Deontay Wilder. But sometimes, man, you can still get stopped. So, man, Deontay Wilder, man, he has that power as is unusual. His technique is too unusual. He's too unorthodox. You're not gonna know what he's gonna do, right? If you watch a couple of Deontay Wilder fights, every time you see him fight, man, it's not the same kind of fight. He's not like the same kind of fighter. You know what you're getting every fight, right? Watch him versus Gerald Washington. He's getting out of box. He decides to just, fall asleep for a little bit, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he just goes wild with the straight right and ends up knocking out Gerald Washington in the 5th round. Or you watch Bermane Stiverne 2. The guy just decided to just use the jab and look like Larry Holmes or Lennox Lewis with the jab, and all of a sudden it's unleashed that straight right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just unusual. Like, every time you see him fight, it's not the same kind of fight, man. He's fighting different every time. It's not the same kind of fight. So the thing about Deontay Wilder is it's really hard to prepare for a guy like that because you don't know what he's going to do. You can. It's easy to break down and study fighters who fight consistent all the time. But Deontay Wilder, there's nothing consistent about the guy. He's dangerous. He hits too hard, and he's untamed, man. He's a savage. You see the crown he's wearing. Every time I think about Deontay Wilder, man, I think about the mask he always wears. Encrusted in gold and diamonds. Probably it's the coolest image in boxing. You got to admit it. It looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? You walk in with the bronze mask with diamonds in it. You know what I mean? With the mask over his head. The hoodie. It looks pretty nice. And then he cocks that right hand like a shotgun. I mean, it's incredible stuff, man. Deontay Wilder, he's a threat. He's dangerous. He's too dangerous, and he's not predictable at all. So I think Deontay Wilder will just stop Ortiz based off unpredictability. Ortiz will have his moments, but in the end, Deontay Wilder, he can just do too much, and you don't know when it's gonna happen, right? Deontay Wilder is longer than Ortiz. He has he's 6'7". Deontay Wilder is 6'7". Ortiz is only 6'4", man. So, he has the height advantage. He's gonna have the reach advantage. He's just gonna have too much advantages over Ortiz. He's younger, and he's basically knocked everyone out. When you have he's not just undefeated. When you have almost all knockouts, you have a certain charisma about you. It's not just undefeated. You have all knockouts basically. He just knocked out the last guy he fought. So he knocked out every fighter he fought. He fought Bermane Stiverne twice, and he stopped him the second time. So every guy he ever stepped in the ring with, he knocked out. So when you knocked out everyone you ever touched professionally, mentally you're like on cloud 9, man. And Deontay Wilder, man, his confidence is through the roof. He called out Ortiz when Klitschko didn't want to fight Ortiz, when Tyson Fury didn't want to fight Ortiz. And Anthony Joshua, he didn't want to fight Ortiz either, man. I know Eddie Hearn begged the WBA to get him out the rankings so Anthony Joshua wouldn't have to face me anymore, just to have Povetkin, a jug cheat, take his place. Wild stuff. But Deontay Wilder decided to fight this guy. His confidence is is shocking, right? It's shocking. His confidence is through the roof. There's no other fighter right now who has a title, who doesn't have a title, who's better than Luis Ortiz. There's no one better than Luis Ortiz without a title right now. If you talk about contenders, Luis Ortiz is the best. There's no doubt about it. There's no one better than Luis Ortiz. There's no. It's not even a debate. Ortiz has been mandatory for years for WBA, and he's still technically still mandatory, but they dropped him from the rankings. But he never really lost it. Deontay Wilder is too wild. He's too unpredictable. Too much power, and he's a lion in there, man. He's a savage. That's what I think, man. I think Deontay Wilder can win this just based off his style. He's too unpredictable. He's too wild. He's too raw for Ortiz. Ortiz is used to guys with a certain pace. A pace that, not even a fast pace, I'm talking about predictability in itself. I've seen Wilder hit guys with some weird punches and have guys flopping around like a fish, having seizures. So yeah, man, that's how I feel about it, man. I think Deontay Wilder definitely has the tools to stop Luis Ortiz. And this would be a good fight. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. Geo Boxing Empire. Peace.